Hello and welcome to my channel again. So today we're going to solve this problem from JEE Advanced. This is a problem from the chapter Arithmetic Progression. First, let us read the question. So, so there is a real function f where fx greater than 0 for all x belongs to R, and f satisfies this relation, that is f of x plus y is equal to fx into fy for all xy belonging to R. And there are real numbers a1, a2 up to a50, which are in arithmetic progression, and we have two conditions here. F of a31 is equal to 64 times f a25, and this summation is given. Now we have to find the value of this. So what are the informations that we are provided with? Is f of x plus y is equal to fx into fy, where fx greater than 0. Also a1, a2 up to a50, these are all real numbers such that they are in ap. Okay, f of a31 is equal to 64 times f of a25, and we are also given that the summation of f of ai, where I is from 1 to 50, is equal to 3 times 2 to the power 25 plus 1. So, so these are the informations that we have. Now, since A1, A2 up to A50, they are all in AP. So we can take the common difference, which is common difference equal to D, and we can write the AP like this. So A1 will be A1, A2 will be A1 plus D, A3 will be A1 plus 2D, and continuing this way, we'll get A50 is equal to A1 plus 49D. Now we have the condition f of A31 equal to 64 times f of A25, right? So we can write this A31 in this way: A1 plus 30D, and 64 times we can write A25 in this way: A1 plus 24D. So what do we have? So we have the result f of x plus y is equal to fx into fy. So using this result, we can write this f of a1 equal f of a1 into f30d equal to 64 f a1 into f24d. Now remember that f of x is always greater than 0. So this is non-zero, right? This is non-zero. So we can cancel these two terms on the both side, f of a1 and f of a1 here. So we get f of 30d equal to 64 f of 24d. Now what is f of 30d? So f of 30d we can write fd plus 29d. So this will become, using the property, fd into f29d. Again we can break this in 28d plus d, that will be fd into f28d, and continuing in this way we get fd into fd into up to FD, this is 30 times, and this will be equal to FD to the power 30. So the result that we had, f of 30D equal to 64 times f of 24D, it will be equal to FD to the power 30 equal to 64 FD to the power 24. So we get FD to the power 6 equal to 64, and hence FD will be equal to 2. So this is what we need for this moment. There was another information, that is f of AI equal to 3 times 2 to the power 25 plus 1, where I runs from 1 to 50. Now this means the left side will be f of a1 plus f of a2 up to f of a50. This will be equal to 3 times 2 to the power 25 plus 1, and f of a1, a2 we can write a1 plus d, and f50 we can write f of a1 plus 49d equal to 3 to the power 25 plus 1. Using the previous results and properties, we can write f of a1. This will be equal to f of a1 into f of d plus dot dot, we get last term as f of a1 into f of d to the power 49 equal to 3 into 2 to the power 25 plus 1. Taking common f of a1 from the LHS, we get 1 plus FD squared up to FD to the power 49. This is equal to 3 into 2 to the power 25 plus 1. Now this is a GP, and the sum of the GP will be f of d to the power 50 minus 1 by fd minus 1 equal to 3 into 2 to the power 25 plus 1. So f1 into 2 to the power 50 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 equal to 3 into 2 to the power 25 plus 1. So f1 into 2 to the power, we can write 2 to the power 50 as 2 to the power 25 square minus 1, and 3. Now f of a1, so we can break it in the formula a square minus b square. So we'll get 2 to the power 25 plus 1 into 2 to the power 25 minus 1 equal to 3 into 2 to the power 25 plus 1. So these two are non-zero number, so we can cancel them out. So we get f of a1 equal to 3 by 2 to the power 25 minus 1. So this is another result that we are going to need later. So let's come back to the question. So we have already found all the results that we need, and so finally we have to find this result. Okay, So this the value of this expression, that is summation of fi where I runs from 6 to 30. So what we have to find, summation of I runs from 6 to 30. So we can write this as summation f of ai from 1 to 30, and we will subtract the summation f of I from 1 to 5 because we only need 6 to 30. So this will be equal to the first sum f1 plus f of a2 up to f of a30 minus f of a1 f of a2 up to f a5. So from the first summation, it will be f of a1, f2 will be f of a1 into f of d, and so on, f of a1 into f of 29d minus f of a1 plus f of a1 into fd. It goes all the way up to f of a1 f of 4d. Now from the first bracket we can take f1 f of a1 as common, and we can write fd, then fd square up to fd power 30, and from the next one we can write f of a1 1 plus fd up to fd power 4. So from first one, f of a1 times, so this is our gp series, so it will be fd to the power 30 minus 1 fd minus 1 minus f of a1, this will be fd to the power 5 minus 1 by fd minus 1. We can take f1 as common, and we and write fd to the power 30 minus 1 by fd minus 1 minus fd to the power 5 minus 1 by fd minus 1. So let's put the values. So this is equal to 3 by 2 to the power 25 minus 1 into 2 to the power 30 minus by 1 by 2 minus 1 minus 2 to the power 5 minus 1 by 2 minus 1. So this will be equal to 3 by 2 to the power 25 minus 1 into 2 to the power 30 minus 2 to the power 5. Finally we get 3 by 2 to the power 25 minus 1. We can take 2 to the power 5 as common and write 2 to the power 25 minus 1. So this will get cancelled out. So 32 into 3, that is 96. So this is the answer of the question. This is a numerical type question, so the answer will be numerical value. So the answer is 96. Thank you for watching. Subscribe the channel for more videos.